Today I wanted to post a video review of the DualShock 4 controller, specifically how it performs in first-person shooter games. If you guys haven't made a decision between, which next-gen console you want to get, maybe this will paint a different picture in it for you and help you make a better decision. I was a Xbox 360 user in the previous generation mostly, and I gotta say that controller still is my favorite. I have used the Xbox One controller a bit, and I find that to also be quite comfortable. But transitioning from the Xbox 360 to the DualShock 4 was very, very easy. It's a really comfortable design. Everyone knows about the modified L2 and R2 triggers. They slip in the hand real nice, and everything just feels pretty good. I think the joysticks are a little short for FPS games, but you can use this product called the Control Freaks. A lot of people like to use those because that helps with precision aiming. But even without those, this controller is super precise in first-person shooters. The slightest amount of pressure in the joystick results in some sort of movement on screen. It almost feels like there's like no dead zone whatsoever. I know it's something like 20 times smaller than what the original DualShock 3 was. So all of that is great. The D-pad and the buttons, everything feels fantastic, as do the triggers. But the biggest flaw that is present in this controller has to do with the pressure sensitivity to the L and more specifically the R3 buttons. When you're playing an FPS game, as everyone knows, if you're using a scope, you're going to be panning across the screen to try and lead the target a little bit before you fire off that shot. And typically when you fire off that shot, you pull, it's quick, you get a little tension in your hand, and then it's over. But with this controller, when you get tense, you end up accidentally clicking down the R3 button before you actually get the shot off, which would normally be a perfect shot, ends up getting ruined because you click the R3 button and you end up knifing in the air. It's not just this controller. My girlfriend has a PS4. She bought two controllers. I used both of them. The same exact thing happens. And it happens pretty frequently, especially on those more challenging shots. It's really annoying, and I think that it's a flaw in the controller that nobody really has talked about or has kind of brought to light. And I think if you're really hardcore about first-person shooters, it's gonna bother you a lot. I would say that's the only type of gameplay I play, and I'm not too hardcore on them, but I've noticed it enough for it to bother me, and I just wanted to post this video up so you guys can kind of make a better decision. I think you need to try it for yourself and see what I mean in a game like Call of Duty or Battlefield 4, which are the only two games I really play on the PS4 right now. And I experience it obviously in both of them. So it's something to consider. The best workaround is getting like those Control Freaks because the pressure isn't transmitted as easily into it, but it's an inherent flaw in the controllers themselves, and I doubt Sony will ever actually change that because it's not that well known. But now you know, and you could try it out and then make a decision between this or the Xbox One. You might prefer the Xbox because that doesn't happen. Alright guys, I hope this helps. See you later.